Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. I'm sure you can tell by the smile on my face that the Cheeze Factory is in the house. We're joined now by Sage and Trish. First time on the Restaurant Show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on today. So you've got such a great spread always here, and we're going to learn a little bit about what this sort of the everything. These all have something in common, and that is the savory herb cheese spread.
Correct.
So let's talk about how that's made first.
Okay, so Trish is going to demonstrate. You can start adding the ingredients.
Okay.
She's going to demonstrate how we make what we call a savory herb cheese spread.
Cheese with a Z.
Cheese with a Z. There's absolutely no cheese in this, but it tastes like there is.
Right.
We are a vegan restaurant, so
Of
of course dairy is not on our menu.
Okay.
What we're adding is we're adding some dairy-free cream cheese, just plain cream cheese, and then some crumbled up tofu, which is already in the food processor.
Okay.
And we're going to add a bunch of dried herbs and garlic powder and some Tabasco and some olive oil, and all of that is going to get creamed in the food processor.
All right.
And once that happens, we're going to end up with something that looks like this. It's a creamy herb cheese spread.
And it looks like real cheese spread.
I know, and it tastes great too. In fact, here, why don't you try a little bit? Just use your, there you go.
All right. I'm taking the whole thing with me.
Isn't it good? And then, and then what we do with that is, that's good. So that has already been processed.
Okay.
And like I said, when you're done, the recipe is in our cookbook, Cheeze Factory Cookbook, which is available on Amazon or at the restaurant.
All right.
Sometimes what we do with this herb cheese spread is we'll mix a little homemade pesto in with it, and it'll become like a pesto cheese spread, which is also delicious.
Okay.
And the way in which we use this, and you can use this at home, I've brought several dishes here to show the viewer how you can utilize this cheese spread. First thing we have here is what we call an antipasto platter.
Oh, wow, all right.
We've got some of the herb cheese spread, some of the pesto cheese spread, a little bit of tuna salad. We have some caponata, which is a marinated roasted vegetable thing with eggplant, red peppers, carrots. We have some artichoke hearts, and we have some deli meats. Of course, these are all made from soy. They're all plant-based. Over here, we have a flour tortilla that's been stuffed with some of the pesto cream cheese spread.
Ooh, wow, all right.
And vegetables and mixed greens. We serve that with our house salsa and some whole grain corn tortilla chips. And then over here we have our portobello sandwich, which is on grilled ciabatta bread. We serve that with pesto mayo or herb cheese spread.
Right.
Roasted sweet potatoes. And then before we get to the dessert that we brought, the chocolate mousse, I'm going to show you one more dish that we do, which is, we call it our veggie flatbread. So we use a grilled flatbread, and we're going to spread some of the savory herb cheese spread. You can also use the pesto spread on this.
All right. Yeah, all right. So, wow. Excited to see how this shapes up. May I try some of the chocolate mousse?
Yes, please. I wish you would.
So what is this on top? It looks like maybe coconut or something?
Coconut and a chocolate-covered almond, but you have to dig in there.
Dig
That's
deep.
where all the good stuff is.
All right, here we go. Chocolate mousse.
Pretty good, huh?
Wow. Your desserts are just, I mean, come on, stop it.
Dairy-free, baby.
Dairy-free.
All plant-based.
All right.
So that's made with coconut milk and chocolate ganache.
Nice.
So while we're demonstrating, so here we have the flatbread with the cream cheese spread on it, sun-dried tomatoes, Kalamata olives. We're going to drizzle a little bit of balsamic reduction over that. Then we're going to put some whole basil leaves.
Oh, wow, all right.
And you can do different variations of this at home. And then we're going to put some grilled vegetables over the whole top of it. Now you can also, instead of grilled vegetables, you can put mixed fresh greens, you know, spring mix, arugula, romaine. And then we're going to drizzle a little bit more of the balsamic reduction, and
those-
there it is, your flatbread.
Wow. So how do you eat that? Just with a fork and a spoon,
Well,
or?
at the restaurant we cut it, and
Oh, okay, got it.
yeah, so
Okay.
it's kind of like a little pizzetta.
Oh, got it.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
that's cool. So when you're grilling vegetables, I've always wondered about this because those looks that they still have a little bit of crispness to them.
Yeah, that's really important.
So how do you make that happen? How do you make it so that they're not overdone? Because mine, when I try to do that, they're always overdone.
I say, don't you dare cook any longer than I want you to, and it just works every time.
You're the food whisperer.
I talk to the food.
All right.
I actually do talk to the food.
So I'm always curious to know, and I think for folks who maybe haven't seen any of your segments before, how do non-vegans typically react to your food?
Well, there's a wide variety of reactions. In fact, I think a couple of Sundays ago, we had a group of 4 guys who came in, and they didn't know we were vegan. And the host mentioned to them that we were, and they thought he was kidding. he said, yeah, right, you're vegan. And then they sat down, and the host gave them the menus, and they started looking through it, and they say, well, where's the bacon, and where are the eggs?
Right.
And the host said, we're vegan. So they actually couldn't quite get it together to stay, and they got up and they left. And what did they
That's
say?
too bad.
They
That's
say
too
they had
bad.
a rough. This is what they said. They had a rough night, and they needed some protein.
Okay. Well, you've got
And-
plenty of that here.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's the
Yes,
thing.
absolutely.
Certain people you just can't talk into it. So you
Right.
just, they're going to do what they're going to do. But for the most part, if you get people coming in who are willing to give it a shot,
Right.
it never fails that they love it after they're
course,
done. Because
of course.
it's good. It's delicious.
Well, Sage and Trish, thank you so much for coming on the restaurant show today. We always enjoy having you. And if you are in the mood for vegan, or even if you're not, head on up to the Cheeze Factory or check out their vegan cookbook available on Amazon. We'll be right back with more Restaurant
Thanks,
Show
everybody.
after the
Bye.
break.